All right. So I like to think that this episode is going to be fantastic. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I'm putting my chances that we're going to continue the fight between Bakugo and All For One. And the title gives me no explanation. And it's cool to look back when I was editing to see All For One. Last episode, All For One, we saw the first sign, at least that I can think of humanity in him. And it was due to the fact that he was crying over his brother, that the second wielder took him from him. Now, who knows if that's all For One or if that's part of Shigaraki meshing with All For One. But in the end, it still feels as though like the whole idea of his brother leaving him, it hits a sore spot. So it'd be interesting to know if All For One has any other feelings, motives behind his actions, rather than him just being a villain that just wants to be a villain for power. So without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Make sure original content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, bing. Mitosis? Yeah.
It's hazy, but the memory remains.
I love his voice.
Miss?
Mom?
Are you okay?
Shut up! Leave me alone.
I don't think we got anything about the parents. Have we gotten the fact that they were twins? Did I forget that? Did I miss that? I mean, we were always told that All For One was the older brother. I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but for right now, this is the first time we've gotten the fact that they were twins. Quirk explosion. What a fantastic quirk.
It began with a glowing baby. Then reports of metapowers flooded in from around the world.
Who was the glowing baby?
Some were congenital. Researchers believed these abilities were the result of a novel disease. But this claim was both irresponsible and premature.
Yeah, pretty irresponsible.
Those with metapowers and those without. The DNA scare firmly divided society into the haves and the have-nots.
I heard some of those metas are meeting up in the industrial zone lately.
Could be the ones who showed at the protest last night.
And this is how All For One gained his power, is through the struggle. I remember that.
Who's there?
Oh, he's a kid.
It's a meta orphan.
Leave the freak. What's that sound?
Is that his
It was
first
a
quirk?
power the child stole from his mother.
Gosh dang it.
The boy had been arrogant from birth. He believed that everything in the world belonged to him.
Oh my gosh. He's doing this at this young of an age? That's crazy.
Brother, don't hurt him.
The older of the boys had stolen nearly every ounce of nourishment from their mother after they were born. As a result, the younger twin was a small, weak child.
I mean, he looked
The little
small
brother
to
didn't
begin
have
with.
anything to offer the older one,
Yeah.
but he belonged to him.
Oh, that's horrible.
What book are you reading?
Why
in
is the
secret
quality
over
like this
there?
right now?
I'm still trying to get the hang of reading, so I can't handle most of these books yet. But comics, they're easy. A hero. Yeah, that's the kind of person
Captain
I want to
Hero.
be someday. Do you want to read one of them too?
He does not.
The younger
Oh.
child couldn't give up on his sibling.
The so-called glowing baby managed to amass over 10 million followers. So much support simply because the kid was the first to be
You took the glowing baby power. That's why he was glowing in the past 2 episodes. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
That's crazy.
I killed them and stole their glow.
But why?
Didn't you read about this in your comic
That's
books?
crazy.
One for all, and all for one. I took those words to heart. Imagine a world where everyone exists only to serve me.
You took these comics way out of context.
Why do you resist me? Stand by my side, my dear foolish little brother.
It's because you were born without a meta ability. And without power, you can't hope to achieve anything.
If only you had a quirk to like
My dream
scan
has become a
other people to
reality.
know their quirks.
So reality must now bend to my will. I found a power even your frail body can utilize. Well then, won't you join me now?
No. And who would have thought? User 2 and 3.
Wait, why
Gear
are
shift
you
and
running
Fa Jing.
away?
Oh,
If you don't
just walking.
want to belong to me, then so be it.
oh my gosh. That's how he died? Then how the second wielder gained the
I took
DNA, like
somebody's
the hair?
power so I can make Yuichi my subordinate. And yet, somehow, that meta power has disappeared. I've used my own abilities to confirm that this is the
Oh
truth.
my gosh, he took the
I once
hand.
suspected that I stole his innate power before I
That's
was
why he
even
does it to
self-aware.
Shigaraki.
But no, he did have an ability. Don't tell me. Did it activate, brother?
You say you've been feeling weird since that day. I think I know why. You have 2 meta factors in your body.
So it's true. I thought that was the case.
The meta power I gave him was absorbed. His own ability seized it to strengthen itself. They combined. He still exists.
You're crazy.
Thought about what people wanted or needed, then the taking and the giving. It'd be a blessing.
Honestly, it could. If people didn't want their meta ability, you could just take it away from them. People wanted one, you could just give it to them.
I've manipulated the things I hate and the things I desire.
Oh, there's a dog.
Corrupted them, taken advantage of them. And then there's you. I hunt and give chase. Yet still you slip through my grasp.
Is that what ruined his eyes?
It's not possible. I wiped out his bloodline. Men, women, and
Oh
children
my
who barely knew
gosh.
him. Took no chances. If this boy was related to him,
I don't think he is. But he looks a lot like him.
that bastard, he crossed time and space to vex me. I thought that no matter what, I needed to reserve my remaining strength to complete the transfer.
Are we gonna go all out right now?
No, that's not the case. Omni Factor Unleashed! One goal!
Using his entire arsenal to propel himself.
I'm an idiot. What now?
I mean, yes, but it's fine.
How do I stand up against that?
You're a cool one. I don't know what you can do against this thing. This thing's tearing up buildings.
Get out of the way!
It's a big bullet bill. Do you have sweat inside him? What's happening here?
I coated my explosive sweat in my normal sweat, then sent the drops flying through the air without trick.
Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous.
At the last second, the sweat went into my mouth!
That's ridiculous. And awesome.
The explosion interrupted my assault, but I can begin again.
Now if you don't have a chance.
Nobody! This is my story, understand?
And you know what? The explosion ability is so good. It has, you can have it focused or you can have it AoE. Goodness gracious.
Why are these bigger explosions causing me so many problems? Is it because my body has grown young and frail?
Yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility.
Some pretty nasty emotions, and it's weakening your control. Check it out. Your body is turning into one of my fan club meetings.
Cool.
So it's like when Star Spangled went and attacked him from the inside. Hey, All Might's or My Hero's thing did what it needed to do.
It isn't. This story isn't yours. It's ours.
Okay, this is giving us a good feeling, but something's gonna make it turn. I don't trust it.
I just have to travel a little farther. Then I can transfer my quirk to Tomura. I still have a chance to win, though. If I can just get control of Tomura.
You have not been able to get close to him at all.
I want everyone looking at me. Always.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so close.
You're still crawling around, huh?
Are you gonna blow up a baby right now?
He's a damn baby.
I would not want to get close to him because he could still take your powers.
I can ignore him.
Oh, goodness. Where did that hit? Did that hit his eye? Oh my gosh. How did you do that?
I let my emotions get the better of me.
Yeah.
It's not who I am.
You know what? I forgot to say it in the last episode. This voice actor, fantastic. Dang. Reverse my toast. And he just disappears. My gosh. He raises his fist like All Might.
Damn it.
Fist up there.
Izuku. Beat his ass.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. All right. So, you know when I said in the very beginning of this episode that I thought we saw some humanity in All for One? I would sort of like to rescind that. Here I thought he was so upset at the second Wilder for taking his brother because he felt some sort of like love for his brother. Yeah, no, I don't feel that whatsoever. It feels like he said the reason why he kept his other brother with him is because he loved owning things, and his brother was the first person he owned, which, yeah, not good at all. And the reason why he hated the second Wilder was because he took something that was his. Not because, oh, he took his brother that I love so dearly. No, he took something that he deemed was his. Crazy. And the fact that he just starts off murking people, it's not like he was a good person and then something happened to where he turned like a villain like Shigaraki. He was just born this way. That's crazy. And I do remember, I don't know what season it was, what episode it was, whatever, but the whole comic book thing of where he looked at the comic book and saw the villain and how being a villain was so interesting to him. Because I remember making a comparison of the whole idea of him looking at the villain thinking, oh, this is fantastic, and other people looking at the hero and being like, oh, that's fantastic. And oh my gosh, like I really want to look back at this edit to see my face when I first realized or put two and two together about his whole glowing thing, because we saw him glow in the first episode, I believe, of this season. And I was like, oh, why is he glowing? Why is he glowing? And I don't know why I did not put two and two together. Maybe it's just because of the fact that, one, I forgot that the first power that was ever like realized was a glowing baby. And two, I thought that him glowing was a factor of another ability. Right? I didn't think he was glowing just for the sake of glowing. That could have been like, oh, his body turned to magma, or he was like going to flash something. I don't know. But that was crazy. I would have loved to see, this sounds kind of messed up, but would have loved to see the chaos that was created when the glowing child, or now he's probably an adult right now, got taken out. Right? Because the way that they were saying, or the way that he was mentioning, was that this glowing baby was gaining hundreds of followers, as if he is kind of the front runner, the person you always think of when it comes to meta abilities. And he probably would have been able to bring peace between the metahumans and the humans a lot sooner, because he was the person that was vying for peace, and he was the talks person for the metahumans. Oh, and then going back to the mom, when I first saw these things sticking out of her, I thought that they were the big, massive, like drill spikes that we saw when we looked back when last time All for One faced against All Might and his predecessor. But to me, they didn't look similar, so I didn't say anything. But then when All for One started attacking people with those same quirks, I was like, oh, those look so similar. And like, here's the thing. I don't know why I thought Yoichi lasted a lot longer. Like, I thought the second wielder saved him. They were able to bring him to safety, and they fought along together against All For One for a while until he was eventually killed. Then he gave it to the second wielder. This makes it seem like Yoichi didn't make it out the front door. He was rescued out of his prison cell, and during the escape, he was taken out by All For One. And as for how he got his hair into the second wielder's mouth, I'm not entirely sure. Because, okay, yeah, he got blood splattered, but I'm pretty sure it was just its hair focused. Or is it just DNA focused? I don't remember exactly. I think it was focused on the hair, but maybe the blood worked too. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how he got those powers, because obviously it was accidental. Obviously, Yoichi didn't say, hey, by the way, I'm going to give you a piece of my hair. You're going to gain these quirks because of it. Because not only did Yoichi not know how his underground power worked, but these guys, when they were researching, said, oh, you have this like one minor quirk that's now in your body. So they were acting as though they never realized it either. And here's the thing, and a thing that I didn't realize. All For One must have killed these two people so close to each other because, one, when we see their deaths in a couple like more scenes, they look exactly the same. They didn't age at all, right? And then also when Midoriya sees their like shadows or their like inner selves, whatever, again, they look exactly the same. So they didn't age at all, which means barely any time had passed, which it makes sense in hindsight because obviously we have the second wielder and the third wielder. So one, the whole stockpile ability hasn't reached its max potential. And two, none of them actually knew how this secondary power worked. Because yes, Yuichi's inside, but one, Yuichi didn't know. Two, I don't think Yuichi was able to talk to them. And I don't know who would have been the first one-for-all user to finally like understand exactly how all these powers are working. I like to think maybe it was the smoke screen guy, because he's the only person that we see actively give hair, as if like, oh, he researched it. Actually, no, it would have to been like the fourth user, maybe, because the fourth user was the one with the danger sense, and since he spent himself in isolation training to build up All For One for the next user. Speaking of which, this guy, he's a bald head. So how did that power transfer? Maybe like his beard hair? Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, Bakugo is amazing. The fact that his power is so versatile, but it's only versatile because he is so well attuned to his quirk. Like the stuff that we're finding out he's able to do based off of his quirk is astounding. But the only reason why we know this is because we see Bakugo using it. Like the fact that if I had the power of explosion, I don't know how far I would go with understanding his power. But the fact that he's able to not only do focused fire, he's able to do a bunch of AoE damage. He's able to fuse his regular sweat over the top of his explosion sweat, throw it into All For One's mouth, and then be able to detonate it upon command. It's just such a crazy idea that only Bakugo can think of. Even the whole idea of using his explosions to propel him great distances is something that, yes, it seems very like duh at the moment, but like I would have never thought of it if I hadn't already seen it. And it's crazy how this is sort of a thing that happened when Shigaraki took Star's power, is the whole like internal fight that the powers, and this was said a while ago, the whole idea of, oh, if you took another person's organ, you might have like their memories or they might become a part of you. And the quirks are kind of the same deal of where if you took someone's quirk, a part of them is also given to you as well. The fact that we've seen this twice, the people turn on them in their internal like minds and states is a piece of justice, I guess you could say. Not only is it like poetic storytelling, but it's also the fact that their greed is one of the things that made them mess up in the end. Thank goodness Bakugo didn't just like lay down and let this baby walk. Because this baby, one, could still take him out with the whole spike thing. And two, yes, he's a baby, but he could still take your quirk. So yeah, I'm glad it didn't mess with the baby. But so true that All For One kind of lost because of his feelings. Not only the whole feelings he had when going against Bakugo and comparing him to the second wielder. But even the things that dated pre this season, when he was going against All Might, like when he saw All Might by his car, he could have just kept on flying. He could have just kept on flying, no big deal, whatever. But he saw All Might egg him on, and he could not miss the chance to take him out for once and for all. But that decision, that specific decision, is what caused him to get injured so heavily to where he became a lot younger. And then that gave Bakugo time to like get up and start attacking him. Now, whether or not that's actually All For One's fault, I'm not sure. It could be All For One finally cracking under the pressure, or it could, again, be part of Shigaraki that got fused with All For One, and that kind of what caused him to be so obsessive and so emotional. Because from the whole past situation that we saw in this episode, it didn't seem like All For One had any feelings whatsoever. He just seemed very melancholy. I think that's the word. Very monotone, very just single feeling. And it wasn't until last episode and this episode that there was any sense of anger, anguish, whatever. And again, it could be also the fact that nothing he planned is working right. But like, I don't know. I will say though, that the person who is voicing All For One, not his adult one, I don't know if they're the same person, but like in the last episode, the voice acting was incredible. I really loved it. And this episode was no different. Great voice acting. But now All For One is gone. That's crazy, technically. There's still parts of him in Shigaraki, but I think that's where we're going to focus now is the fight with Shigaraki. But anyways, that was my reaction to My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 3, I believe, or 4. Who knows? No, 4. If you like my reaction, make sure to like, subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.